Everyone, it's Jason with Parallel Reality here, and I know I'm a little bit late to this story. I shouldn't say late. I had noticed that I just was trying to coalesce my thoughts, and I'm going to try to do my best here to get everything together. But as I'm sure a lot of people are aware, and for those of you that aren't, a couple weeks ago, there was a story out of the National Hockey League, and we will refer to it as the NHL going forward, that a Philadelphia Flyers player did not want to wear a Pride-themed jersey during warm-ups. And as you can probably imagine, he got absolutely raked over the coals for it. And he actually ended up citing his Russian Orthodox religion, saying, quote, "My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say," end quote, he said. He didn't say anything bad about, the LGBTQ themed, or I should say the Pride themed clothes or anything like that. He just said, "I'm just going to stay true to my religion." He's a Christian man. He decided that's what I'm going to do. Okay, fine. Then, of course, like I said, he got raked over the coals. You had numerous hockey analysts that said things ranging from essentially like, doesn't he value their lives? If like that, like him wearing the clothes shows that he values their lives. And another analyst saying like, "Oh, send him back to Russia," stuff like that. So of course the vitriol was out against this one dude for just being like, "Nah, I'm just not gonna do that." Okay, fine. Then a little bit after that, and I want to say it was probably, let me see here really quick. It's actually a few days ago, now that I think about that. There was an Australian basketball team that actually the whole team was supposed to wear a logo on their jersey, and they all said no, they weren't going to actually do that. And the coach was quoted as saying, quote, "We're doing this because we got around our brothers and we want to protect each other. And rather than feel like we're getting singled out for any particular reason, I'm proud of them for it," end quote. And then, I think just last night, so that would have been January 28th, the New York Rangers, so we're back to the NHL now, we're supposed to have like a Pride-themed tape for their hockey sticks during warm-ups, because I don't think they can actually wear that or have that on their sticks during the games. And they decided, no, we're not going to go ahead and do that either. As a team, and of course, everybody's having, a fit over it. Everybody that you would imagine is having a fit over it. So what does this all kind of mean? What does this all come down to? I don't think anybody should be forced to wear or do anything they don't want to do. Okay? This Pride stuff, you can go ahead and be gay. Don't care. You want to get married? Don't care. Like, I legitimately have no opinion of it other than just, fine, go ahead. And I'm not coming at that from a religious angle, even though I am on someone of the right. So it doesn't bother me. Maybe if I was religious, it would be something where I'd say, like, no, I don't support it, but I frankly don't care one way or the other. But nobody should be forced to do or wear anything they don't want to do or wear. I'm not a fan of anybody on any side anywhere that tells me I have to believe this particular thing, otherwise bad thing will happen. I don't care if it's, Mormons coming to my door saying, doing whatever they do. Or if it's someone or people or a group like this saying you have to wear this clothes or these types of clothes, that look a certain way. Because the thing is, at this point, wearing rainbow themed or pride themed stuff is a political statement, and if you really want to try to dig deep into the weeds on it, it's probably a religious statement at this point, or at least a cult type statement, because it is a cult. But these guys shouldn't have to. They shouldn't be raked over the coals for this. I mean, our society is so backwards these days that you have people that are doing the right thing, which is standing up for their beliefs, and when they express those beliefs, not saying anything derogatory about the other side, they're just saying, I'm just not going to do that, they get demonized. And coming back to the statements that those analysts made, like the one guy that said, he should just go back to Russia. And I can guarantee you that dude said that because everybody's demonizing the crap out of Russians at this point because their leadership are idiots that decided to invade Ukraine, even though like 95% of the population is just regular folks like us. And like this dude who's just like, he just happens to be Russian. So this guy had nothing to do with it, but this analyst's response to this guy not wearing a Pride jersey was basically, you need to go back to your home country and possibly get killed. Yeah, that seems like that's a fair thing. Sure, yeah, whatever. And the other guy that I heard was just absolutely throwing a total fit about it. And I don't remember the guy's name. I apologize for that. But he said something to the effect of like, because he's not wearing this symbol on their clothes, then that means that he doesn't respect their right to exist, or something to that effect. I think that quote is probably not far off from what he really said. And that argument doesn't really make any sense to me. Okay, so starting with that, I mean, as a Jew myself, like, this guy wasn't wearing a yarmulke, so am I to assume that he has no respect for Jews because he wasn't wearing a yarmulke? Like, it's just a dumb argument. Okay? And then I'd love to see their reaction and understand the situation I'm about to bring up will quite literally never happen, even though I'd love to see the social experiment of it. I think we'd all have a really good time with this, but I'd love to see if some sports organization came down and said to their players, you guys all have to wear a cross going out to the game. And in batting practice or in warm-ups, whatever sport it is, you have to wear a cross. Okay, which would be a lot more socially acceptable than the LGBTQ stuff. But you know there'd be people saying, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And if we were to ask these two analysts and say, hey, guys, maybe why don't you try wearing a cross on set one day? You know they'd have an absolute shit fit about it. And they'd be like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then at that point, it's like, well, welcome to our side. Even though I would guarantee you theirs comes from an actual bigoted place, which is just this revulsion of religion, which is bigotry, okay? As opposed to something where it's like you're being force-fed that you have to believe this thing, otherwise you are a bad person. And, we will punish you for that. So they are two completely, the situations are similar, but I just get to this point where I'm like, you can't sit here and say you have to do this for us, and then it's like if the same situation was applied the other way, end up being like, well, no, I wouldn't do that, because these guys would be like, no, like, we're not going to go ahead and wear a cross. Or even if you were to tell them, like, you need to wear like a Trump outfit or a MAGA hat, something going out there, of course they can opt to say no. And you want to know something, most people might be like, all right, that's fine, I don't need to wear it, but it's like, don't tell us that we have to abide by your thing, when you know damn well that if the roles were inverted, you would absolutely not do the thing, the same situation that's applied to you. Okay. And that just makes them hypocrites. And these folks don't understand that they're hypocrites when they do this. Okay. And I don't know why there's no pushback on this, why in these discussions that someone doesn't say to these folks, like, hey, would you wear a cross? And I just would want to see their answer about that. Because I guarantee you, if they say yes, they'd wear a cross, they're liars. If they say no, they wouldn't, it's like, welcome to our side. So they lose the argument one way or the other. But the good thing to come out of this is that the dude for the Flyers, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but his jersey sold out like the day after that or something like that. It was really quick. So good for him. He's probably going to make a bit of money off of that. But, I come back to this whole thing where it's like, if your ideology is such that you need to force people to believe it, maybe it's an ideology that's crap to begin with. Not saying there's anything wrong with being LGBTQ. Go ahead and be that. I don't care. I know trans people. I know gay people. Don't care that you are. You can still be my friend. Totally fine. I can still support your lifestyle. Totally fine. Don't care. But don't try to tell me that I'm a bad person if I don't wear a rainbow shirt out somewhere one day. Okay, because that's just not how this works. Okay, so that was really all I wanted to bring up, was just to kind of throw thoughts out there, see what everybody thought about this. I agree with the players saying they don't want to do these things, they shouldn't have to, and even if their teams were to come out and say, wear a cross, and they said no, I wouldn't have a problem with it. They shouldn't be forced to do that either, or if it's a Star of David, or whatever the Muslim symbol is. Sorry, I don't know. Just saying that because I don't actually know. I am ignorant of what their symbol is. But if it was any religious symbol, they wouldn't do it. So just want to see what everybody thought. Let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.